Dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's webinar under the name Digital and AI Deployment Within Existing Companies. To offer welcome on all languages of involved regions, and please excuse me if I get some of these words wrong. So on Croatian, dobrodošli, benvenuti, benvenidos, kalosorisma, benvenu I jokoso. I would like to welcome you in front of Sisak-Moslavina County from city of Sisak on already warm, nearly 30 degrees, as a host of today's webinar. It is our pleasure to participate in IRC program and to have an opportunity to be part of all these activities. Sisak-Moslavina County is traditionally an industrial region, becoming region of video game industry. We are part of Republic of Croatia, one of the underdeveloped regions, and for last 10 years, we are working on our transformation. So it is our pleasure to be part of this webinar because it's something that we are doing for this last decade and putting a lot of effort. We will be talking about AI, how to use it throughout industry, but also about other technologies. Before we start, just a few technical details for which please I ask that you have in mind. So there is an interpretation button in the menu bar. You can click there and you can choose the language of preference. Also, there is a Q&A button, and you can address your question there. We will refer to them at the end. For everybody that is a speaker, panelist, or a case study presenter, please have your camera on when you are talking. Also, this is a recorded event, and recordings can be made public, so please be aware of that. For the beginning, I would like to present Professor Hidefumi Imura as a country coordinator for Japan under the EU-funded International Urban and Regional Cooperation Program, IRC, to welcome you in front of our program. He's a Professor Emeritus at Nagoya University and has extensive experience working with national and local governments, academia, advisory bodies, and etc. His areas of expertise include international and environmental policy, environmental technologies, regional and urban sustainability. So, Professor Imura, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the participants joining from Europe and Japan. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to today's webinar on digital and AI deployment within existing companies, organized under the IRC Community Practice on Industrial Modernization, Human-Centric Digital and AI Transformation. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to Sisak-Moslavina County for its leadership in preparing this webinar, and to all the speakers, panelists, and participants for joining us today. The theme of this webinar is both timely and important. AI and digital technologies are advancing rapidly, but their real value depends on how they are deployed in existing companies, especially SMEs, and how they are connected with people, skills, management, and regional innovation ecosystems. Today's program will allow us to learn from practical experiences in Europe and Japan, including case studies from Sisak-Moslavina County, Aichi Prefecture, and Hiroshima Prefecture, as well as regional perspectives from European partners. I hope today's exchange will help us identify concrete approaches to support human-centric digital and AI transformation, and further strengthen cooperation between European and Japanese regions. Thank you very much, and I look forward to a fruitful webinar.
Thank you, Professor Imura. And before we start and getting deeper in our AI subject, warm welcome to all of our partners and regions from France, Spain, Italy, Greece, Japan. Did I miss anybody? I think not. If I did, sorry. And warm welcome to our keynote speaker, Mr. Igor Buzov, head of AI Center Lipik here in Croatia. Igor is experienced professional in artificial intelligence education, digital transformation, and higher education with more than 20 years of experience in curricula development, corporate training, and technology-driven learning initiatives. As I said, he's the head of AI Center Lipik, with whom we are very closely working, leading AI-focused education programs, digital skills initiatives, and regional innovation activities within European Digital Innovation Hub. So here's his core expertise are intelligence and digital transformation, data science, machine learning education, LLP, etc. So Igor, for the next 15 minutes, please give your presentation. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the invitation. It's a pleasure to meet you all here. Just to turn off sound. I would like to thank you again for the invitation. Here I'm sharing my presentation. Today, I would like to share with you our perspective on AI transformation in Lipik, especially in this region of Croatia. This is not the center of Croatia. This is east from our capital, where AI transformation and digital technologies are very slowly entering our economy. And I would like to share with you our experience, how we manage to help small businesses with their digital transformation, and how we help people with their vocational training and upskilling and reskilling. First, I would like to address one problem that companies and people are facing. This is the skills gap. On one side, we have very rapid AI development. We are facing new models every day. We are facing new AI products every day. Big companies and corporations are constantly improving their business processes on one side, and on the other side, we have small companies who are lacking resources and time to accept these technologies. The issue that these small companies are facing is that they are lacking people with practical skills and knowledge. On many universities and educational institutions, people are getting basic and advanced theoretical frameworks, but they are still lacking the practical solutions and practical skills how to implement these skills. Also, as many of you know, after you finish your formal education in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, if you would like to get new skills and knowledge, the idea of entering university again is not very practical for you. So the idea was to provide people and small businesses in this region with a solution for the problem. The idea was to provide them with a vocational training hub and to provide them with a service that could help them with the implementation of new AI skills and knowledge. On one side, like I said, we have universities and educational institutions that have very remarkable breakthroughs in the field of AI, but on the other side, small companies don't have resources to implement all of these new models and products that are entering our real world. Plus, in our region, small and medium enterprises are basically the backbone of our economy. We don't have many big companies. We don't have world-class corporations. The backbone of our economy are small businesses in the field of hospitality, tourism, transportation, construction, retail, and we are talking about businesses with up to 10 employees. They actually don't have financial resources to implement bigger AI solutions. Plus, they don't have time. They don't have time to invest adoption of new skills. And the main issue is how to help companies with minimal technological budgets and no research teams, how to help them to implement these new IT solutions. So the first part of my case study will be our AI center Lipik. Lipik is a small town eastern part of Croatia with a population of about 5,500 people. So it's a very small town who was never considered a technology hub. And the idea was to actually bring AI closer to the people, to enable them access to AI education and to enable them access to AI services and consultation providers who could help them with implementation of AI. Our solutions that we are offering are in the field of education. We have several education programs that are in the field of the vocational training. We are also offering consultations to small businesses. We are offering workshops and we are also working on several EU projects. One of them is EDI, European Digital Innovation Hub, together with CSAC and Novska, where we actually do our best to help small businesses and public institutions how to accept these new technologies. The backbone of our foundations are several programs. One of them is online, one of them is face-to-face learning in the classroom. Usually our students need about 9 to 12 months to finish them. These are core programs where our students get skills and knowledge in the field of machine learning, neural networks, computer vision, natural language processing, generative AI, and so on. And when we talk about our education, who are actually our students? This is where we first time saw that AI transformation is not just implementation of digital skills. This is also the human transformation, because we have several groups of our students. One of them are IT professionals, with some of them with decades of work experience in the field of IT, who would like to upskill and become focused on AI. Second group are the career switchers, the people who have zero or very low IT experience, who would like to enter this field because they believe it's lucrative, and they also see the changes in the world and they would like to get skills and knowledge in that field. And then the third group are the domain experts, the people who already work in various fields, for example, in the field of medicine, law enforcement, marketing, retail, who would like to get extra skills in their toolkit so they would actually be able to implement AI solutions in their companies and to be able to actually talk to AI experts, because now they understand how AI works. So with these students, we are actually helping them in their professional career development. The challenges our students are facing, one of them is extreme time pressure. Most of them are working, they have families, and how to organize education for them when they actually work and have families. These educations cannot happen they cannot happen during the work hours. I'm sure that many of you are aware that for you, based on your family and business obligations, taking part in some education that is happening during the work hours will be unfortunately not possible because you're working. So the idea was to organize the education in afternoon and evening hours. Next, the idea was to make this education locally available, not just in big cities, but this part of Croatia, so people could have access to this education if they want education face to face in the classroom. And also based on our participants and surveys we did with them, we see that we have participants from our coastal regions and from islands who were physically not able to attend such education because in these parts of Croatia there are no such education opportunities. So with online possibilities, they are able to actually get these skills and enter this new field. And the third, the real challenge for us was the classical imposter syndrome that we are all facing. We believe that we are not good enough, and how to help people who are career switching, who are domain experts in their field, but now they're asking themselves, will they be able to enter this field and compete with someone who is in the field of IT for decades? And the challenge was how to help them, how to motivate them, how to solve their mind problems they are facing, and to provide them with the solutions to show them that this is a practical work where you learn and work through real life examples, and the mistakes that you make during your education are actually part of your education path. Also, we are working with we are taking part in several EU projects. One of them is EDIH, European Digital Innovation Hub, where we help local businesses and public sector organizations to start using AI technologies. On one side, we have our long education programs, and on the other side, we have our small businesses who are facing several challenges, and the question was how to help them to adapt to new reality. The faces of our EdH users. We have local small businesses like taxi drivers, bar owners, hairdressers, florists, people from various fields of economy who are facing some real challenges. They don't have AI department, they don't have IT departments, they are lacking digital skills. And on one side and on other sides, they are all providing the local community with their local products and really good services, but they are lacking these skills, and they don't understand how AI could help them at this right moment. Plus, they definitely don't have time to spend 1 year learning and upskilling in this new field. So when we have students, they have dedicated time for their digital transformation and upgrade of their skills. But when we are talking about local small businesses and public services, they are not able to dedicate so much time. So the idea was actually to provide them small modular solutions that could show impact and help them with the delivery, to help them with the implementation of AI. The idea was to address the problems, to see their fears, and to provide them with very fast modular solutions. For example, in the field of generative AI, that could help them with their problems, for example, in the field of marketing and communication with their clients, where they could use these tools to organize their working processes, to better understand their clients, to faster respond to their supplier demands, help them with the generation of new marketing materials and communication messages with their potential customers, to solve different problems they're facing with customer support. All of these small generative AI tools provided them with a direct answer how AI could help them, because they are aware that they should enter the AI field, but they lack the capabilities how to accept this into their business organization and how to actually start implementing it. Also, some of the problems we were facing is that many of them are not actually digitalized. When you have a small company that is maybe working with some Excel data, and the idea of implementation of some bigger predictive models for them simply doesn't work for them. The first step was actually to explain them how AI can help them and how to start this AI and digital transformation. And another case study was for the local development agency of the town of Pakrac. It's called Pakra. They were constantly facing with many requests from their users, repetitive tasks, administrative tasks that take a lot of time. Organization of their processes was challenging, and with working with them through the digital maturity assessment and consultations, we were able to find out that for them, the use of the different AI agents could actually improve their workflow and organization of their processes and actually help them with their projects and with the solutions they are providing to the local community. So in the end, if you work locally and regionally, we have shown that the digital transformation and AI implementation is actually possible also for small businesses and also for people who like to enter this field or upskill, and that with small steps actually you can do a lot, especially across the fear barriers that the people are facing today. Thank you for your attention, and if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the question and the answer section or ask them freely now based on our timetable. I can answer them now or later. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Igor. It was very interesting to hear this story, no matter that we basically know it here in Croatia, but it is good example that towns like Lipik and Novska can do a lot with just efforts and knowledge that we now have on gaming or AI. So thank you very much, and I'm following the question and answers, and if any questions, I will see it at the end, but at this point there is no question and answer, so we are going further. We are now going. Sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So we are going further with the case studies. The first case study is from Croatia, and I'm welcoming Miss Josipa Bencak. She comes from the Grow company, one of the first company in our Small Business Incubator, and she's co-founder and CEO of the Grow. She's entrepreneur and innovation leader, co-founder. Company is focused on developing advanced digital solution, specialist in combining creativity, technology, user-centered design to create impactful products for tourism, education, culture, smart cities, healthcare, business sector. Josipa will talk about their experiences in creating and implementing different solutions in various fields. So Josipa, please, could you share your presentation and start?
Hello, I think Jura is sharing my presentation. Yeah. Thank you. Wait a second. Hello everyone. My name is Josipa, and today I want to walk you through how we approach building software, and more importantly, how we implement AI in real production environments. So because today everybody is talking about AI, but very few actually deploy it in a way that creates measurable value. And that's exactly how and where we position ourselves. So at Grow, we are focused on building systems that are not just intelligent, but the systems has to be operational. We are engineering-driven company specializing in custom software development, scalable digital platforms, and AI systems integrated into real workflows. We combine AI with gamified products, and we combine it with all kind of creative process. Over time, we realized something is really important. Clients don't just need code, they need systems that evolve. So today we position ourselves as technology partner. That means we design systems, we build systems, and we stay involved long after launch. We can go to the next slide, thank you. So one of our biggest problems we see today is companies are investing in AI, but most of those implementations stay at the level of prototypes. So they build a chatbot, they test a model, then they run a pilot, but nothing actually becomes part of their core system. It's just add-on to their website and so. And there is a gap we are focusing on. We don't build AI experiments. We build AI layers that integrate into real business process. So to make this possible, we structure everything we build into 3 layers: core systems, interfaces, and the AI layer. And this separation allows us to introduce intelligence without breaking existing systems. We can go to the next slide, please. So one of our projects, and with few kickoff of them, we implement in those companies you can see over here. So let me start with our one Clerk. Clerk is, if you will see what is Clerk. If you look at most companies today, a lot of knowledge is locked down inside of documents, in PDFs, internal systems, emails, legacy databases, and so on. So accessing that knowledge is pretty slow, and people in the company, HR, bureau workers are overwhelmed in those documents. So we are solving that problem on the way employees by acting an autonomous AI assistant. From technical perspective, Clerk is built on 3 layers. We can go to the next slide. First layer is an LLM layer, which handles natural language and understanding. Second layer is a retrieval layer, which indexes international knowledge and retrieves relevant information from those documents, from PDFs and so on. And third layer is action layer, which allows the system to execute real operations. So this means Clerk can answer complex questions, create tickets, and upgrade CRM systems, also trigger workflows and escalate tasks when needed. So there is a time when AI and computer science cannot provide enough information, or so we escalated them to the real people. So instead of being just an interface, it becomes part of operational system. This is very important. Most AI tools stop at answering. Clerk continues into execution, actually. So it reduces operational load, improves response time, and allows organizations to scale without increasing support teams. So Clerk transforms knowledge into action, actually. So we can go on with slides. That is mostly what I talked about earlier. So we can also go on. Second example, this is one of our turnkey initiatives that we used to implement AI and Clerk also. For example, for Actrion and BAT restaurants and so on. We can go further. This is also one of our products. Actually, this is a solution that is currently used in more than 25 cities. They help improve communications with citizens, increase transparency, and enable data-driven in governments. So to support all of this, we rely on strong engineering foundations, microservice architecture, real-time data processing, scalable cloud infrastructure, and production-grade AI pipelines. Because without strong engineering, AI cannot function reliable in the production. And so we can go on with the next slide. Okay, this is our next solution. We call it GIS. The second, this is next example, and this is GIS-based system. In public sectors, especially at the city level, there is a significant gap between what exists in reality and what is officially recorded. So this leads to less revenue, forget planning, and incomplete. They don't have complete data. So our GIS system uses AI to bridge that gap. So we use computer vision models to analyze aerial images, specifically orthophoto data. The system detects objects such as building automatically. They can recognize what is a house, what is garage, and so on. And that's where the value happens. We identify discrepancies between real-world structures and declared data that cities and companies have. So this allows cities to detect undeclared properties, improve tax accuracy, and generate additional revenue. So instead of relying on manual inspections, we use AI to scale detections across entire regions. So we turn aerial data into financial insight for cities. So now we can go on. We have one more solution. The third system I want to highlight is InCube. So today's most organizations are data rich but insight poor. So data exists everywhere but is fragmented, as I said, in emails, PDFs, and many other platforms. So InCube acts as centralized AI knowledge platform. It aggregates data from multiple sources like international systems, APIs, documents, external data feeds, and then this data is structured into semantic layer, essentially creating unfined understanding of information. On top of that, we apply LLM-based interface that allows users to interact with data conversationally. So this means decision makers no longer need to navigate multiple systems, manually analyze data, or depend on technical teams. They simply ask and they get answers right now. So InCube actually transforms data into decisions. And our overall approach to AI is based on a simple principle. AI should not exist in isolation. We focus on three things: integration, automation, and scalability. We integrate AI into existing systems, we automate real workflows, and we design everything to scale. We can go on. So basically at Grow, we combine engineering discipline with practical AI implementation. We don't build demos, we build systems to operate, and they are real systems that companies use by now. The cities use them, and they are well known in Croatia with a lot of familiar companies that public sector is working on. So actually we can supply beside AI and programming, we can supply marketing and also graphic design. So our company is actually three sister companies that are combined, and we love to call it's a full stack solution for you. So that's a little about us and our solutions. We can provide a lot more of that, and if you have any questions, we can stay in touch after this presentation, and thank you for listening. That's it.
Hvala, Josipa. Thank you very much, Josipa. I can confirm in front of our team that Grow and their people are really very good, very creative, and we depend a lot on them when we need some technological stuff. So thank you, Josipa. I think we will have some questions, but we are slowly starting to have the first questions for Mr. Igor Buzov. So Igor, if you are here, the first question is from Oscar. The question is, how does AI Center LIPIC work with VET centers at national and European level? That's the first question. And the second question was the raised hand from Mrs. Ueno, if she's here to ask Igor her question. Mrs. Ueno? Okay. Thank you very much, Ryoko. So please, Igor, did you read or should I repeat the question?
Yes, could you please clarify what are the VET centers? What do you mean with this acronym?
vocational.
Hi, Igor. Vocational education
okay.
centers. Yes, you mentioned them
Okay.
at one point, but it wasn't clear
Yes.
to me what was how you actually work with them, and if you are perhaps involved in any Erasmus Plus programs.
We are not involved in Erasmus programs. We are taking part in the vocational training based on the national EU-funded projects, where through EU projects, the vocational trainings are financed by the EU and our Croatian government. So on our national level, we are working with university in Osijek. We are also establishing cooperation with other educational centers and coordinating our efforts in providing other vocational training who are then financed by our Ministry of Economy. So we are working at the moment on national level, cooperating with our ministry and other institutions on developing new programs.
And you work with schools then, basically, with works that are reskilling or as
we are
as
working with the University of Osijek, and we are providing reskilling and upskilling trainings.
Thank you. Great.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Oscar, for the question. And we are moving forward. Once again, thank you, Josipa, for your case study. The next case study is from Aichi Prefecture, and I'm welcoming Mr. Hiroshi Takami, who works in Industry Promotion Division, Bureau of Economy and Industry in Aichi Prefectural Government. He has been in this current role for 3 years related to digital work. He is responsible for various support tasks to promote the use of digital technologies among SMEs within Aichi Prefecture, starting with the manufacturing industry. He will be talking about introducing digital tools in companies and the various model cases based on that. So, Mr. Takami, please, can you start?
はい、ありがとうございます。愛知県の経済
Okay,
産
thank you
業
very
局
much.
産業振興課の高見と申します。本日はこのような機会を
I
いただき
belong
ましてありが
to
とうございます。
the Industry Promotion
私の
Division
方からは、
of the
愛知県
Bureau of
で
Economy and
支援しました
Industry in Aichi
中小
Prefecture.
企業の
My name is
出会い
Takami.
導
Thank you
入
for
事例
this
を紹介
opportunity.
させていただきます。
I would
ま
like
ず、
to introduce to
愛
you
知県のですね、
some
現状
cases
を
of
簡単にご説明させていただき
AI
ます
introduction
と、愛
cases.
知県
I
に
would
はで
like
す
to
ね、
first
当
of
店の
all
事業者
talk
メーカー
about
が、
Aichi
光学機械
Prefecture.
メーカー、
As you know,
航空機の
there
メー
are
カーなど、
major
多く
car
の製造事業
manufacturers
が所
and
属しております。
aircraft
やはりそ
manufacturers
の
and
製造
such
業の、
manufacturing industries are
産業
quite a
競
few
争力を、
in Aichi
強化するためにです
Prefecture.
ね、デジタ
In
ル化
order
が
to
必要だ
further
と考えて
advance
います。
digitalization
ただ
of
ですね、
these
なかなか現
industries,
状ではデジタル化が
in
進んで
order
いな
to
いと
further
いうところが、
reinforce
あります。
these
特
industries,
に、中
digitalization
小
is
企業では
necessary,
その
but
傾
it
向が
is
強いで
rather
す。
slow.
そ
And
こ
this
で愛知県で
tendency
は、
seems to
企業の
be
デジタル
more
化、
um,
DX を支援する
conspicuous
ため
among
に、
medium to
様
small
々なもの
enterprises.
を、用
So,
意しており
in
ま
order
す。
to
その
facilitate
中
and
の一つを
support
まずご紹介さ
digitalization
せ
of
ていただきま
SMEs,
す。
we have
画面を
various
表示させていただ
programs
きます。
available. Now, I would like to share with you this slide on the screen.
これで見えてますかね。
Can you
はい。
see this
ま
screen?
ず、愛知県
Yes,
で、
first of all,
2025年度に実施して
in
いました、デ
2025,
ジタル
we
技術
implemented
導入モデル
a
実証事業
scheme,
と
the
いう事業
Digital
です。
Technology Introduction
で、
Model
この事業
Demonstration
なんですけれ
Project.
ども、現
Let
在
me
は
talk
ですね、
about this
様々
program.
なデジタルツー
There
ル
are
が、
various
出て
digital
います。
tools available.
ね、ですので、企業さんから
Therefore,
どのツールを選んだ
all
らいいかわ
companies
からないというよ
struggle
うな悩み
in
を抱えています
deciding which tool to
で、
decide
この事
to
業ではです
adopt.
ね、県が、
Under this particular
この企業を
project,
支援し
Aichi
て、デ
Prefecture
ジタル
government
ツール
supports
を導入して
companies
もらう
in
と。
introducing
で、そ
digital
の導入
tools
の過程ですとか、
and
成果
compiles the
をモデ
process
ル
and
ケースとしてまと
outcomes
めます。
as a
で、
model
そこ
case
からです
study.
ね、他の企業
There
さ
are
んがデジタ
then
ル化に取り
They
組
are
む
then
参
published
考情報
as
と
reference
使っていただくよ
materials
う
for
に
other
しております。
companies in the prefecture that are
で、
considering
事業の具体的な
digitalization.
内容としては、
Specific
10社
details of the
参
project
加
are
企
as
業を募集し
follows.
ます。
We
参加企
recruited
業は
10
無料
participating
でデジタ
companies.
ルツールを
These
試しで
companies
使うことがで
could
きます。
try out
実
digital
証期間
tools
は
free of
7ヶ月で
charge
す。
for
で、ま
7
た、
months.
デジタルツールの導入に合
In
わせて
addition,
Some support is provided to help participating companies develop plans for their digital transformation in line with the introduction of these tools. By sharing the processes and results of the digital tool implementation across various participating companies as model cases, the project encourages and accelerates digitalization among businesses in Aichi Prefecture. Now, I would like to share with you one case study of SME from this particular scheme. This is one of the model cases that are shared by Aichi Prefecture. The company is Kotec Company Limited, a small and medium-sized enterprise with 45 employees located in Seto City, Aichi Prefecture. It manufactures especially shaped bolts, mainly used in automobiles. On the top right-hand corner, you can see the photo of such specialty bolts. At this company, one of the key challenges was how to transfer skills from experienced workers to younger employees. There were also issues such as the absence and non-existence of manuals for some tasks, or the existence of text-based manuals that made it time-consuming to learn the work procedures. The digital tool introduced by this company in this particular program was Dive. This particular tool called Dive converts videos into manuals. By utilizing generative AI technology, this tool automatically creates manuals from recorded videos. The major point of this model case was the cost of introduction. We shared this particular piece of information as well. The usage fee for this tool is 80,000 yen per month, and the initial cost included 200,000 yen for smart glasses used for video recording. These costs were covered by the prefecture to support the company's digital adoption. In terms of functionality of this particular tool, those are the functions I would like to elaborate further. First of all, skilled workers' tasks are video recorded using smart glasses that capture exactly what the wearer sees. When the recorded video is uploaded to this tool called Dive, the AI then automatically segments the video into individual work steps based on movements and audio. In addition, the spoken explanation in the video are transcribed and organized into structured text. By utilizing this digital tool, Dive, they could achieve a lot of results. Formulation of the manual was the first purpose. The company was trying to take the challenge to formulate manuals, but they could shorten the time substantially. Furthermore, the video manuals have been used for employee training, resulting in faster skill acquisition among workers with shorter time. Due to time constraints today, I have introduced only one example. Nonetheless, Aichi Prefecture offers a wide variety of support measures for digital technology implementation, including AI, tailored to the level of digitalization of each company. Through these efforts, we aim to promote DX across industries, including manufacturing, and contribute to strengthening of industrial competitiveness. We hope to continue to share information through events like this in the future. Thank you for providing us this particular opportunity. I sincerely hope to see further digitalization. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Takami. It was a pleasure to listen to your presentation. Just to remind everybody, you have opportunity in question and answers to ask your question or raise your hand, and we'll be and our panelists and speakers will be more than happy to answer any of your questions. So moving forward, at this point, I don't see any raised hands or questions. Moving forward, I'm welcoming the case study 3 from Hiroshima Prefecture and Mr. Yasutaka Tarui. He is a Deputy Director, Innovation Promotion Team, Bureau of Commerce, Industry and Labor of Hiroshima Prefecture. He represents the regional government and he oversees initiatives at the Hiroshima University Digital Manufacturing Education and Research Center. He is actively engaged in cultivating next generation engineering talent through the triple helix collaboration model. He will be presenting Hiroshima Digital Innovation Creation Programs and all the initiatives that has come from this. So, Mr. Tarui, if you are ready, please take the floor.
はい、広島県イノベーション推進チームのタルイです。よろしくお願いします。
This is Tarui from the Hiroshima Prefecture. Innovation Promotion Team. The Hiroshima Prefecture's main industry is the automotive sector. However, the value amount is low and the adapting to electrification digitalization is not done, and the low employment rate of science and engineering graduates within the prefecture has been a challenge. And given that in 2019, the Center for Digital Manufacturing Education Research Center was established at Hiroshima University. We began with 3 research projects and have been building research and development framework through industry-academia collaboration. To date, we have secured competitive funding, established research facilities, and reorganized our graduate programs to build a foundation for interdisciplinary education and research. Starting in 2023, leveraging this foundation, the prefecture and the university are collaborating with local suppliers to fully launch initiatives aimed at real-world implementation. We have launched 2 research projects in 2023, supporting the electrification of automobiles and promoting the development of highly skilled digital talent, which will lead to the formation of an industrial infrastructure compatible with a carbon neutrality and the retention of graduates in region. Page 3, please. These are the achievements of this program. The main ones are as follows. The scale of the initiatives includes 81 companies and organizations are participating with 1,449 corporate engineers involved. In terms of social implementation, there have been 83 joint research projects between companies and universities with a total research budget of 3.6 million euros. Industrial human resource development is over 1,200 training sessions have been conducted and with more than 10,000 participants. Page 4, please. This section is covering the 3 projects launched in 2019. I would like to briefly go over them. The first is material model-based research. By visualizing the functional mechanisms of materials and linking products and materials through models, we are streamlining development and dramatically enhancing product value. We are researching various applications such as sound insulation and heat resistance for automobiles. Page 5, please. Second one is a data-driven smart system. We are digitalizing tasks that previously relied on the intuition of skilled craftsmen. For example, we are building systematic production process. This is a control software system that enables autonomous operation of excavators at construction sites. Page 6, please. The third one is the smart inspection and monitoring. We use high-speed cameras capable of capturing images at 1/1000 of a second to visualize vibrations and improve production and product development process. A venture company was founded from this project, so I will explain about that later. Page 7, please. From 2023, this is the project that we have added. This is a smart battery storage system. We are conducting world-class research on lightweight, compact, and safe battery packs. We are also researching battery control technologies that ensure safety and long-term usability, as well as secondary utilization technologies. Page 8, please. This is smart air conditioning system. We are focusing on power consumption and researching ways to improve the energy efficiency of air conditioning. We are also researching air conditioning systems that provide a more comfortable experience for people. Page 9, please. I would like to tell you about a startup that emerged from the Smart Inspection and Monitoring Project. In September 2025, a young professor at Hiroshima University founded a startup called Shinda in September 2025, utilizing this vibration camera. By visualizing minute vibrations in bridges and buildings in real time, the company enables wide area monitoring. They were used, which previously required hundreds of sensors using just a few systems. This significantly reduces installation and removal costs, as well as construction time, enabling efficient and sustainable infrastructure monitoring. This will contribute to measures against aging infrastructure and extend the lifespan of infrastructures. Page 10, please. This is regarding the Working Professional Study Abroad program with Hiroshima University. The center on the Hiroshima University side is seeking personnel for the maintenance and operation research facilities. And they are eager to hear real-time feedback directly from companies. On the company side, they wish to efficiently develop a digital talent and to solve internal digital challenges in collaboration with university professors. To fulfill both parties' goals, the company covers the full cost of personnel expenses, and the employees are seconded to Hiroshima University for 2 years. This program started in 2022, and 5 employees have participated so far in learning. 2 are still enrolled, but 3 have returned to their companies, while they continue to serve as visiting researchers at Hiroshima University. Page 11, please. I'd like to provide an overview of the Hiroshima Digital Innovation Center. This has existed than the Hiroshima University's Monozukuri Center. This Hiroshima Digital Innovation Center is centered on MBD model-based development, and our goal is to solve the technical challenges faced by local companies. To support problem solving, we have introduced the only public supercomputer in this region, and we provided an analysis system capable of performing CAE simulations across a wide range of fields. We also hold regular training sessions to foster talent. Next page, please. At the Hiroshima Digital Innovation Center, we use CAE to visualize the knowledge or know-how of skilled on-site workers and trains manufacturing CAE engineers who can effectively apply this knowledge on the shop floor. We are developing human resources to ensure stable production and equipment maintenance. Page 13, please. The Hiroshima Digital Innovation Center also offers analysis system usage services. We have installed a wide range of CAE software that is difficult for small and medium-sized enterprises to acquire on their own, allowing users to access CAE software at low rates only when necessary. When you have the opportunity to visit Hiroshima, we plan to arrange a tour for you at the Hiroshima University and Hiroshima Digital Innovation Center. This concludes my presentation. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Taroi. Very interesting, and I really like the part of the link between companies and university itself. At this point, we have one question for you and one question for the Mr. Takami. So I will start with Mr. Takami. Oscar, that is your question. Could you just say it, please, so I don't have it wrong? It's about one of the companies, if I am right.
Thank
So,
you,
Mr.
Andrea.
Takami, this is question for you.
Yes, exactly. So, thank you, Mr. Takami. First of all, congratulations for the program you're doing and what the company is actually implementing, this AI solution. My question was very simple. This Dive AI company, where is it from? Is it a Japanese AI company? And secondly, how to find it, if there's a website to this company?
Okay, let me answer this question. It is a tool developed by a Japanese company, and they have a website too. You can search for that in a normal way. It is a Japanese company based in Japan.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. And we have one more question for Mr. Tarui. It is a question in the field of question and answer. So, Mr. Tarui, if you are here, the question is, I think your model-based backcasting makes sense for commercializing basic research. Do you foresee more projects use the Human Exchange Graduate Program between Hiroshima University and Mazda?
Thank you very much for your question. The secondment between the corporation and Hiroshima University, Mazda and Hiroshima University is doing this program, and this is going very, very well. And so the Mazda's affiliated companies would like to utilize this secondment program. They're saying that. So this program is spreading within Mazda companies, and we are deepening the relationship with them. So we're able to increase the number of talent that both the university and the corporations are seeking for. That is the current situation.
Thank you very much. I hope the Anonymous is satisfied with your answer. Thank you very much. And now, if there is no other questions, but we have still time if any questions appears, we will start with our panel and very interesting speakers from the 4 regions. And I will give the floor to Domagoj Crnkovic. He is a moderator of today's panel. He is an educational specialist in our business game dev incubator Pismo, employee of Regional Development Agency Simora. He previously worked in Game Producers Association. He works with game dev studios. He's in charge of several event organizations, such as Global Game Jams, eSport events, etc. And he is involved in European Digital Innovation Hub. So Domagoj will present all the panelists and start with the question, and I expect to be very interesting to hear opinions from all over the world. So Domagoj, please take over.
Thank you, Andrea. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our panel for today. First of all, I'm going to introduce the 4 panelists that are going to be participating in today's panel. So let me first introduce Mrs. Marlene Richard, Director of the Regional Digital Campus, where she leads the development of this regional hub, supporting companies in their digital transformation, particularly in the field of artificial intelligence and Industry 4.0 and skill development. With over 15 years of experience in digital technologies and economic development, she previously held commercial and managerial positions. Her background and intersection of technological, economic, and human challenges provides her with both strategic and operational perspective of the successful adoption of the AI in companies. Hello, Mrs. Mylene.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for the introduction. I'm
Hello.
sorry I have a throat problem. I will try to do my best. Thanks a lot for your patience.
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly fine. Let me now introduce the panelist number 2. So the second panelist, Meritxell Bassola Ribas from Catalonia, Spain, Director of the Innovation Unit Computer Vision Center. Director of the Innovation Unit Center, where she leads initiatives connecting cutting-edge computer vision research with real-world industry application. Her work focuses on fostering innovation, technology transfer, and strategic collaboration with companies and institutions. Under her leadership, the Innovation Unit supports projects that transform research into impactful products and services. Hello, Mrs. Meritxell.
Yeah, hi, nice to meet you. Great
Hello.
to be here. Hi.
Great to have you here. The panelist number 3 is going to be Silvia Benatti from Emilia-Romagna, Italy. Silvia is currently involved in digital transformation sector at ArtER, where she served as back office manager for RT Digit, the EDIC of Emilia-Romagna. She coordinated the hub service delivery and conducted over 100 digital maturity assignments in order to evaluate and support the technological evaluation of SMEs and also public sector. Welcome, Silvia.
Thank you for the introduction and good morning, everybody.
And panelist number 4, we're going to be welcoming Mr. Panagiotis Avalotis. I hope I pronounce it correctly, from Western Greece. Hello. He focuses on interaction with European industry and identifying industrial needs and challenges to be addressed by transferring major research results to the manufacturing plants. Teaching Factory Competence Center is oriented on providing training and innovation services to the manufacturing industry. TFCC focuses on enabling the knowledge exchange between academia and industry and on creating added value for the services and products on manufacturing companies. Once again, hello, Mr. Panagiotis.
Hello, thank you for the introduction. Good morning to all.
Yes, this was a brief introduction. So everybody, we know that everybody who is here for the panel, and we can now start with the panel. The opening word can be that AI systems are often presented as revolutionary, but in practice, their efficiencies depends heavily on the quality, structure, and of course, the governance of the data behind them. We can start with the first question of the panel and can be addressed to Mrs. Mylene Richard. In your opinion, how prepared are companies realistically when it comes to AI adoption?
First of all, I'm glad to answer this question because it's a question we ask with our partners every day. So that's very interesting. From our perspective in the Auvergne-Rhône-Alpes region, one of France's largest industrial regions, where companies are much more ready to experiment with AI than they were just 2 or 3 years ago. So that is great. However, they are still very unevenly prepared to industrialize AI at scale. So that's the problem. Large industrial groups are moving quickly, especially in sectors such as energy, healthcare, and manufacturing. But for SMEs and mid-sized industrial companies, which represent a major part of Europe's industrial economy, the reality is more complex. And interestingly, the main challenge today is no longer access to AI models themselves. There are now many powerful AI technologies available on the market. And you said it, the real issue is data. So in many industrial companies, ERP softwares or CRM systems data are still poorly structured, inconsistent, or incomplete. So before even discussing AI, companies often need to carry out extensive work on data cleaning, standardization, and governance. So for example, we work with a company developing AI system capable of automatically generating industrial quotation from 3D engineering plans. And in those cases, the main difficulty was not AI model itself, but rather structuring years of historical quotations, products, catalogs, and business rules. In manufacturing environment, another challenge is that production machine data are often locked by equipment manufacturers. So the company first needs to deploy connected sensors, determine which data should be collected and at what frequency, and then build complete data architectures before predictive AI can even become operational. And in another example, in computer vision, for instance, we talked about computer vision previously. For example, AI based on quality inspection systems, we face another very practical issues because in many cases, the data sets simply do not exist. So companies rarely possesses thousands of annotated images of defective products needed to train robust AI models. In other words, what I try to say is industrial AI is never only about algorithm. It's about digital infrastructure, data governance, and organizational transformation. And this is precisely why we have developed here in our region a strong ecosystem around an equipment that's called the Campus Région du Numérique, which I'm director of this campus. And this campus trying to be a major regional hub dedicated to digital skills, technology training, and innovation. And around our campus, we collaborate with complementary organizations such as a competitiveness cluster dedicated to digital technologies, structure that federates digital companies across the region. We work with technical center for industrials, and we work with institutes that are specialized in AI research. And this ecosystem is essential because the role of this ecosystem is to connect manufacturers with the right experts, identifying realistic use cases. This ecosystem can support AI adoption and training, help to secure projects, and most importantly, help companies move from proof of concept to full industrial development. And our conviction is that AI adoption does not only depend on the maturity of industrial companies themselves, it depends on the maturity of the entire digital, human, and regional ecosystem surrounding them. So that's my conviction.
Yes, this is very nice and very insightful. And if I may add, regional digital campus can be a great example for a new and upcoming campuses. It can be a great example for beginners.
Of course.
Thank you. We will get to you later also. Now we are moving to Mrs. Silvia Benatti. We have a similar question for you. I believe it's going to be a different approach, so it's always nice to hear similar opinions on similar topics. So, how prepared are companies realistically when it comes to AI adoption, in your opinion?
Thank you for the question. I'm happy to share also the Emilia-Romagna experience. I've the privileged view of having conducted, because I have conducted more than 100 digital maturity assessment. Probably most of you know what the digital maturity assessment is and what the EDIH is, but just to refresh, EDIH are hubs co-financed by the European Union through the European Digital Program, and partially also by national or regional funding, which scope is to guide small and medium enterprises and public administration toward their path toward the digital transition, and they do that by delivering the services. Compulsory is that they should fulfill a digital maturity assessment before to receive the service. And this digital maturity assessment is done 3 times. The very first before the service delivery, then within 3 months after the service completion, and after 1 month and after 1 year from the previous digital maturity assessment. This is done in order to detect the evolution path, hopefully evolution path, in their digital transition journey, right? So having said that, I can answer not just with opinion, but with data, which I have. So come to the question how the firms are prepared in terms of AI, and specifically how the Emilia-Romagna firms are prepared. I can say not that much, unfortunately, because if I look at the scores result of digital maturity assessment, I can see that the average is a 47% as average score. Which is not that, I mean, it's definitely less than the 50% average, of course. It's more than the 40% average of European score, but it's definitely not that much. If we go in deep to analyze this result, we can see, of course, a remarkable difference in terms of size of firms. So as you can figure out, medium size enterprises performs better than micro and small enterprises, which are the most of the panel of the interviewed. So I speak here about data regarding 92 firms of the and digital maturity assessment score made in roughly 2 years of full activities. So if I can see specifically AI automation section of digital maturity assessment, I can see that the average score in this section is like a 47% for medium enterprises against the 39% of small and micro enterprises. So there is, a difference between the 2 dimensions, but still the results are not that higher, I must say. Another interesting section to investigate is the one that is called digital business strategy. Here we see a big difference in results from medium enterprises, which has an average score of 62% against 49% of micro and small enterprises. And this dimension investigate really the investment executed or planned in a different business area within the firms in terms of infrastructure, but also human resources that are, as everybody knows, the enabler of AI technologies. So here there is really a huge difference. And also with respect to the so-called digital readiness dimension, the results are not that much higher, unfortunately. And here is more detected the current status of infrastructure, which are, as I said, the enabler of this kind of technology. So a lot of work must be done, and the service provided by ER2Digit hub went also in that direction. On the one hand, implement really the technology, but also working in the direction of consultancy, tailor-made consultancy, in order to detect the strategy behind each company and try to find with them the solution to implement with a sense, of course, this technology, which is recognized to have huge impact, huge potential, but not always is implemented in the correct way, or not, or most of the time the people are no skill enough to develop, to exploit all the potential behind.
Yes, very good. Thank you. Thank you for this. I believe the same on your example as Emilia Romagna. There is room for improvement for everybody, even for beginners and experts both. And your sharing of data was very insightful. It's always nice to hear concrete, real examples. So thank you for that. We are going to address to you again later. And now we are moving to Catalonia. So we have a next question for Ms. Basola Ribas. So for you, question is a little bit different. What are some of the biggest mistakes companies make when implementing AI systems?
Great. It's a real interesting question and quite different from the last ones. So it's important just to highlight that companies often fail at AI, just not because of the algorithms, but most of the times because of the strategy, the data, and some integration issues. Okay, so it means, for instance, they most of the time just start with the technology, instead of thinking about the business problems. And it means they didn't measure the return of this investment some of the times. And it's really more focused on the technology, and just really focus on using technology to digitize instead of thinking in a more strategic way. Other important thing to take into account is the pure data, all the poor data quality, and most of the times the pure data on that specific use case. It was suggested, I think one of the people here were talking about some computer vision projects and the lack of data in most of these use cases, and this is a really important issue. So there's few data most of the times, but when you got this data, sometimes it's stored in silos or it has a inconsistent format, and there's also really huge lack of data governance. And the third problem, but which is the third, but it's also really important is the underestimation of the complexity related to the integration. So most of the times you think about that, this AI tool could be kind of plug and play, but that's not the fact, no? So there's really important, it's really important working on the workflows, for the design, of this integration and this scale up, and also all the integration of this AI into the legacy systems, which is really difficult. And all this just comes to kind of change management, which is also very difficult some of the times. And it means that communication is really important, and also leadership for doing this change management quite properly. These are kind of the two main facts we have to take into consideration. And when it comes to these project implementations, we also have to highlight how we work with the ethical issues we've been talking about, or regarding to bias, and also the explainability requirements, and just in a more general view or related to GDPR issues. Yeah, so these things, just data ethics, but also the strategic thing, and the technical management changes. These are really difficult issues. We have to struggle when we talk about this kind of implementation of AI projects.
Thank you very much. This was very great to hear these real examples and real challenges that you had in Catalonia. I believe can be applied to rest of us, because these problems are something that people are maybe taking sometimes for granted. Sometimes they think it's not going to be a problem until it becomes a problem. Like you said, it's not plug and play all the time. Thank you. Thank you. Now we are moving to the fourth question in our first part. And after that, we're going to address the Q&A section in our chat. So now we are moving to the Western Greece, to Mr. Panagiotis. For you, we have a first question today is, can AI itself help improve data quality, or does data quality fundamentally limit the technology? So, Mr. Panagiotis, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. I think this is a very good question and important for the modern systems. So let me say up front that the relationship between AI and data quality is not a one-way street, let's say. It is a two-way dependency, and understanding that this dependency is critical for anyone deploying AI, and more specifically AI in manufacturing. So the model of the AI model is actually only as good as the data it learns from. So we have actually, if I can talk for more for the field of manufacturing, we have two main challenges. The first one is the absence of data. So if we talk for industrial environments, we actually would like to have a system, an AI system, to identify defects, to identify failures or anomalies, but we have not the data to feed inside the system, aiming to learn and to start deploy and identify these issues. The second challenge is the poor data quality. So even where the data exists, it is often noisy, incomplete, or they are not correctly labeled. So we collect, let's say in manufacturing, labels from sensors and systems that were never designed to be used for AI. So this is the paradox, let's say. We ask from AI to deliver precision and reliability, but we feed it with data which is not precise or reliable. So yes, the data quality is actually a fundamental limit of the technology. There are some approaches which, let's say, support AI to overcome this data barrier. And let me just describe in short some of them. The first one is the synthetic data. So we talk about data which is simulated or generated in cases that we have no data from the real world. So we use digital twins and physics-based models to make simulation and to generate data which are somehow, let's say, realistic. And this data can be used for the training of the models. So they are not real data, but it is let's say, a source to complete the gap that we have in the data. The second approach is the utilization of smarter neural network architectures. So there are some, let's say, new architectures in neural networks which are designed for generalize and generalize data from smaller data sets. So there are some techniques where there is, let's say, the self-supervised learning and physics-informed neural networks, which allow the models to make intelligent assumptions when the data are missing. So this is the second one. And finally, the third one is the approach of adaptive learning. So rather than treating training as a one-time event, the modern AI systems actually adapt and retrain themselves continuously. So they learn from during their deployment. In that way, we can say that we have feedback, continuous feedback, and the models becomes better and better over the time. So finally, I would like also to mention the issue of security, because it is something very important in the manufacturing context. So in manufacturing and the industrial applications, we prefer to work with the Edge AI or Frugal AI. You may have, this is a new, let's say, term. So this ensure that the data will run at the edge of the factory, let's say, and it will ensure the security and the privacy of this data. So the Frugal AI is actually lightweight models optimized for the performance, which run mainly in the Edge AI. And it is, let's say, a new approach that enable also and the performance and also the security of the data. So that's all from my side. I hope.
Very good. Just before we wrap it up on this first part, how successful have your trainings been? And which one of the three that you mentioned would you say is the best at the moment?
Actually, the synthetic data is something that is running over, let's say, 5 or 6 years. So it is a more stable technique. But the new architectures using the new neural network architectures, which can generalize for smaller data sets, I think is the future. So to make assumptions and to create data using prognostics models.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Mr. Panagiotis. We will address to these issues a little bit later in our second part. So to wrap it up on this first part, we can say the question is no longer whether AI works, because it does, but it's about redefining the relationship between human experience and machine capabilities. Thank you, everybody, for this first part, and we will now address one of the questions that we got into the question section. So I'm leaving Andrea to you.
Thank you very much. We have now two questions. So first for Mr. Panagiotis, question from Mr. Igor Buzov. So how do you enforce the quality of synthetic data? That is the question of Mr. Buzov. If you need for Mr. Igor to explain a little bit more.
Yes, for sure.
Igor? Okay, please answer.
No. We may exchange before.
Okay. Igor, are you there?
Yes. So he said that they're using synthetic data for training, and I would like to know what kind of rules, models, or methods they are using to enforce the quality of the synthetic data, because you can't just synthesize random data. You would like to enforce their quality, because if you, like you say, garbage in, garbage out, if you provide bad synthetic data, the models you train later will be also bad. So I'm curious about your implementation and how do you synthesize data?
Yes, actually, as I said, also synthetic data are not real data. This is the fact. But actually, they can dramatically extend what is possible when real data is not in the field. So, using simulation models, we are trying to make scenarios and this after a what if scenarios, let's say this is we are starting by implementing what if scenarios in the models, and we take the output of the model to be used as, let's say, real output. It's not real.
Okay.
It's something.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
For sure,
very
the
clever and
assessment.
very practical.
Yeah. But for sure, the performance of these models is not something. It is something very important, because the models are here, but you have, let's say, to enable the digital twin to take the data from the environment, aiming to have an updated model to take the what if scenarios. So there are some methods to generate, but for sure it's not real data because you make assumptions.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And we have another question for Mrs. Richard. Mrs. Richard, if you are here.
Yes.
Question is in Q&A section. Here it is. Creating governance structure for enabling AI and data transition is most interesting. Can you mention some steps you are currently taking?
Yes, absolutely. We are currently strengthening data governance by improving data quality, ownership, and access management. At the same time, we are training teams to better understand AI capabilities, risks, and ethical challenges. We also implementing a human-in-the-loop approach. We will talk about that later, to ensure that critical decisions remain supervised by humans, because for us, it's something very important. And overall, our objective is to build a trustworthy and responsible AI ecosystem, not just deploy AI tools.
Okay, thank you very much for your answer. And I will ask Domagoj if he can continue with the panel, because it's most interesting. So Domagoj, please.
Thank you. These were actually two very nice questions and very straightforward answers, which is very good in a panel like this. So, like I said at the end of the first part, the human expertise and machine capability are some of the main issues that our companies facing today, and the data itself as it problematic. Also, the question of human expertise and machine capability is very, very important. So for our next part, we're going to actually start with Emilia Romagna. So we are moving to Silvia Benatti. Silvia, we have a question for you. Which industries face the highest ethical risks from AI adaptation?
Well, first of all, when we think about ethical risk, we think about consequences due to bias and lack of accountability, right? So these problems are this aspect have much more impact when AI is used for support in decisions, of course, not just for automation of routinary skill, right? So looking at specific sector, I think that the higher risk is run from sectors such as human rights or health, of course, or socioeconomic opportunity distribution. Looking a little bit more in deep, if we think about a public administration that should deliver a service to the citizen, for example, and there is this huge risk in resource allocation, bringing disparity, for example, and also in terms of urban planning that can cause serious damages, actually. And it can bring also a breakdown in the public trust, which is of course not that nice, I would say. The other sector in which it's a kind of obvious that the risk is there, right? It's health sector and life sciences, because in this case we have life or death decision, right? AI is mostly used for prediction or diagnosis, and bias that, for example, underestimates some demographics can bring, of course, distortion in the results, in the output of the care. Other sector, for example, I mentioned socioeconomic opportunities. That's another fact, because AI there can be used to select people, so a kind of automation in people selection, or like attribute credit scoring. So in this case, the risk is, of course, an equal distribution in these opportunities, or like bias is caused also by past data. And obviously people can be prevented to get these opportunities. I think that also here the EDIH can play an important role. I think about the service that also ER2Digit provided, but also looking at the future, we applied indeed for the second call, and let's cross finger that we are going to win and to succeed, to continue, and also this positive for us experience. And there we delivered the service, the so-called test before I invest, that give the firms the opportunity to test in a controlled and small scale models before to go to the larger scales. And in this way, they were allowed to adjust eventual bias, or like adjust distortion in algorithms. So this was, I mean, to me, a very important service, very useful service to avoid this kind of, to mitigate this kind of ethical risk. We provided also services aimed at training people in order to detect bias, because of course the human control should be always there, especially in indecision, but the people should be aware where are the bases should be able to detect the bias if there is, of course. So they have to really need to have a trained eye to detect this kind of mistakes. And in the conception of the European Union, the second version of the EDIH will be also overall help desk in order to assist firms and public administration to really implement the AI Act contents. So there will be really a particular attention to this aspect, which to me it's a very important evolution. So I mean, institutions are aware of the ethical risk, and also the EDIH are fit and will be able, I think, to support people and firms to deal with these risks.
Excellent, excellent. First of all, let me wish you good luck on your application in my name and name of all of my colleagues from Sisak-Moslavina County. We also applied, so we wish you luck for the application. It's very interesting. Well. Yes, thank you. Thank you. It's very interesting that you mentioned human involvement, because the human involvement is something that we're going to talk about next with Western Greece again. But before we move to the Western Greece, I would just highlight the ethical risks that you mentioned. So human rights and social economic distribution. Very, very important topics, and very, very interesting thing to discuss. I'm very sad that we don't have much more time, because I believe we would be able to go much deeper and further into this. But now, at the moment, we are moving to Western Greece again to Mr. Panagiotis. Like Sylvia just mentioned, human involvement. So, question for you. Should there always be a human involvement in high-impact AI decisions?
Okay, thank you. Actually, my answer is, let's say, a clear yes here. And I would like to explain why, especially specifically for the manufacturing, let's say, domain. So in manufacturing, we talk now about the human-centered production. It is something that we are working with. It's not a slogan. It is, in my view, one of the optimal model for how AI and people can co-work in a plant. So let's go to the topic of high impact decision. The first point I would like to make here is that when we discuss about high impact AI decisions, we tend to focus on the decision itself. But in manufacturing, a decision is rarely the end point. Actually, it is the trigger point for the sequence of vital activities. So the question is not who decide. The question is who is accountable for what comes next, because in a human-centered production, the human remains at the center of both decision consequences of the decision. So that's why human should be involved. There are some, let's say, frameworks, I can say, concepts, which we are using in manufacturing. It is the human in the loop and the human feedback. So it's two different, let's say, concepts. Human in the loop is that actually what is it is that the human is supporting on the training of the AI, and actually while the human support, so it actually somehow drive also the AI system. And human feedback is to provide feedback along the decision that the AI takes during a problem, an issue. Before we proceed, I would like also to highlight the reasons why humans should be involved in this, let's say, decision making of the AI. First of all, and we talk about manufacturing here, so the first one is the safety. Manufacturing environments carry real physics risks. So when a decision can affect the well-being of the operators or the integrity of the equipment, so we cannot, let's say, take just a decision from the AI without taking under consideration this topic, the safety. The second one is the creativity, because actually the AI models are based on patterns and the data that we have fed in the model. But in manufacturing, during the operation, let's say, of the plant, there is the need of the out-of-the-box thinking, let's say. So we need smart solutions which are new. We cannot face issues again. So there are no data to train the model. The third one is the cognitive load, because we talk a human-centric model that AI support the human. So there is a balance between the cognitive load. It is very important, and this is why a human and AI should coexist. The fourth one is the communication, and AI should, let's say, somehow facilitate the human-machine communication. It is very critical to have this communication between the human and the machine, and to be in the same, let's say, page. And finally, the fifth one is the hallucination. AI actually make mistakes. There are many paradigms where the AI has provide, let's say, with a in the first try some mistakes. So in manufacturing, we have not space for mistakes. We should be correct because there are, as I said before, issues like safety. No mistakes in the safety. So closing, I would like to say that yes, there should be a human involvement in the high impact AI decisions, I think.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I can also say that I agree with that a human should always be involved, like both you and Sylvia before said, especially in safety, definitely. And I can just say that I like that term that you use, the hallucinations. Very, very important term that's not being used as much as it should be, at least in my opinion. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. I believe that this was a very insightful topic, very insightful answers from you. And now we are moving to our next question. We are moving to Miss Mylene Richard. Question for you is, let's say this is a continuation for your first question, but also this can be applied for both questions that we had before from Sylvia and Panagiotis. So for you, do you think AI systems can ever truly be neutral, considering they're trained on human-generated data? So neutrality is something that's maybe hard to advance, to achieve, or what's your opinion on this?
Thank you for the question. And you're right, Sylvia and Panagiotis already answered this question in a certain way. No, of course, I don't think AI system can ever be completely neutral, of course, because they are trained on human-generated data and designed around human objectives, priorities, and constraints, which is so absolutely normal. AI system learns from the data we provide them, as we all know, but this data reflects existing human behaviors, organizational habits, social inequities, or historical biases. And that's those biases, that's all the key point. And as several researchers on decision-making and cognitive biases have explained in France, but in Europe in general, AI can reproduce or even amplify biases if the systems are not carefully supervised and governed, which can be a real problem. So from the perspective of our region here in Auvergne-Rhône-Alpes and in France, this question is particularly important because we have, as I said previously, a very strong industrial ecosystem. When we talk about manufacturing, energy, mobility, healthcare, chemistry, advanced engineering, it is really important to that AI creates enormous value. Of course, we said it previously. AI can analyze millions of data much faster than humans, can detect weak signals that would otherwise remain invisible if a human did it. So the objective is clearly not to reject AI, of course, but the challenge is to deploy it responsibly. And my colleagues said it previously, it's very important here in Europe, and they talked about the IA Act, and that's why we try to do here in our region, because AI system could influence decisions such as, for instance, stopping a production line, prioritizing maintenance operations, evaluating safety risks. And these are high-impact decisions with operational, economic, and human consequences. So this is precisely why human oversight remains essential. In our regional ecosystem that I talked about previously, many companies and institutions are therefore promoting, and we talked about that with the Panagiotis intervention, about the human-in-the-loop approach, which is very important. AI supports decision-making, but humans remain responsible for interpreting context, challenging recommendation, and making the final decision. So this approach is very aligned with the the broader European vision of AI: truthworthy, transparent, explainable, cyber secure, supervised. So I will add, first of all, that I also believe our universities, engineering schools, and digital campuses have a key role to play in this question, because beyond technical AI skills, they must help train future leaders and engineers to understand ethics, governance, cognitive biases, cybersecurity, and responsible decision making. So ultimately, I don't believe the goal is to create the perfectly neutral AI, because completely neutrally is probably impossible. But the real objective should be to build AI systems that are transparent, well-governed, and responsibly supervised by humans. So the risk challenge is therefore not human versus AI, of course, but creating an intelligent collaboration where AI augments humans' capability while humans remain accountable for critical decisions.
Yeah, definitely. Even though I agree with you that complete neutrality at this point is probably not possible, would you say that we should all aim for that, at least like to be as neutral as possible?
Yeah, we have to reduce biases a lot. That's very important, because, as I said, AI will amplify the problem if we do nothing.
Thank you for this. This was very insightful. And we are now moving to the Catalonia. We have our final question of the panel for Mrs. Bassola Ribas from Catalonia. So the final question for today's panel: where should companies draw the line regarding what data should never be exposed to external AI systems?
First of all, I think that not all data should ever leave the company's control environment, no? So data should never be exposed externally. That's difficult, no? So if it happens, no, it has really to be, with or under really strong safeguards. No, and you all have been talking about the DAA Act, no, which is a fact, yeah. And I would like to emphasize, that obviously, that kind of data, that should never be exposed. It's really focused on all regarding to personal sensitive data when we talk about the health records or medical information or even financial data or biometrics, which now we can see that all regarding biometrics, everybody, not everybody, but in US and in other parts, they are using it, really not happily, but kind of this. So it's really sensitive data, and it's really difficult not to put kind of how and where we can use one or other things. Regarding this issues in Catalonia, we developed some few years ago what we mentioned, the Observatory of Ethics on AI, yeah, and really focused on data. And we have a kind of methodology which is called principles, indicators, and observators. So just to help the citizen, but helping companies know how to make a proper use of this data. So it's really important because companies, especially they have to be really concerned of how we can use it, how we have to use it properly, yeah. And I think it's also one of the most difficult things just that we are struggling in AI systems. So it's important because there's a really real risk, ethically talking, but also legally, and it's a really strategic boundary problem. I think all related to security, all related also to to this security, no, and to this vulnerability, it's important, no. So just apart of talking, no, so this boundaries, no, there are some really important and quite easy things, no, just to do, which is trying to do anonymizations and just working with pseudonymized data sets. And that's really, really, really important. And also taking care of the customer interactions, which should be really, really controlled, no, and just have a really key decision framework, you know, for the companies to apply kind of this framework that I was talking about, you know, this methodology about principles, indicators, and observables that we say. So it's important, but otherwise I think it's still really difficult. So when you talk to the companies, you should work on data anonymization pipelines, no, on encryption, and just being really control access to this data, so on. It's complicated most of the time for them to accomplish on that. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Definitely, from your answer, we can all see that in Catalonia you actually are considering these problems very much, and you are taking them seriously. And I believe it's a great approach. A great approach.
Thank you.
So yeah, I believe this is everything that we have planned for today for the panel. In my name, I would like to thank all of the panelists for participating and giving very insightful and very concrete answers. I can see that all of you prepared for this, and all of you are very serious when it comes to both data and both security. So thank you very much. I can just say for the end of this panel, I believe everybody would agree with me when I say that we should always consider what AI should be allowed to do and what AI should not ever be allowed to do. There should always be some kind of maybe a margin or a border where it should never be crossed if it's not, I don't know, really, really, really necessary. I would say that everybody would agree with me, but if anybody have a different opinion, we can end up with that. But from what I saw, I would say that everybody would agree. So we can wrap it up. Thank you once again, everybody. We're going to check with Andrea now if there are any more questions for any of the panelists, and then we will see and wrap it up for today.
Thank you very much, Domagoj, and thank you to all of our panelists. A very interesting and very concrete panel. As I can see in our Q&A question, there is nobody, but let me see, has somebody raised hand? No. At this point, no. But if anybody has a question, you have still a few minutes. In the meantime, let me see who has raised his hand. Miss Lucina? Okay. If Lucina has question, just please share it in chat and I will read it, no problem. So before we wrap up today, and it was quite a webinar, I would ask Mr. Oscar Pratt, Business and Academia Support Expert, to say a few words before the end of this webinar. Oscar, if you are here, please feel free to share your opinions, thoughts.
Yes, very briefly. Well, I cannot activate my video here, but it's okay. The microphone seems to be working. Super interesting to hear, everybody. Really, thank you very much, everyone, for your insights. I think indeed we are seeing the technical perspective, the social perspective, and also the moral perspective ultimately. Interestingly, in terms of moral perspective, the Pope issued, I think 2 days ago, is encyclical addressing precisely these topics. And it's worth to see that even leaders in this perspective are weighing in on the matter of this key technology. Like all technologies, they can be used for good or for bad. Starting with fire, all the way to nuclear, and now AI, and let's see what will happen with robotics, etc. in the future. So thank you to everybody, and it's a pleasure to be here, and stay in touch.
Thank you very much, Oscar. We didn't, it's just 7 minutes after 11, but it was very interesting. So thank you, everybody. Our thanks go to all the speakers, panelists, organizers, case study presenters, moderators. We heard today some exceptional examples about AI, the use of AI, other digital initiatives, solutions, and models that can help SMEs, industry, public sector, such as we are here in Regional Development Agency. Just for the end, IRC is dedicated to concrete focused projects and stimulates cooperation between stakeholders from business, government, and research. Hopefully, we can all benefit from each other's ideas, initiatives, projects, and work on joint projects. Deploying digital and AI solutions within existing companies is a continuous shift rather than a simple software upgrade. Successful integration requires a robust business strategy that balances data readiness, technological infrastructure, domain expertise, and change management. Assessing AI readiness, evaluating data maturity, talent availability is a must. And investing, of course, in training, reskilling, establish clear AI leadership must be a priority. So with that, I leave you and wish you a great day or great evening wherever you are. And we are looking forward to see you on some of our next webinars. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.